In this video, we'll try to create this clustered column chart with highlighting the max values and min values with different colors, red and light blue, and also the other values different color, light gray. So it's very simple. If you're following this series, create a new page, name it as max min highlight. As you can see, the highlighted values are there. We are grabbing only top 15 sightings by month year because we have a pretty big data set. So we want to grab only 15 so that the cluster column chart looks good and we can see those max and min values more clearly. So that is the thing, and we have a slicer up top, decade bin. So let us try to use Dax Query View. And we already know that we have to use the month year on the x-axis and total sightings on the y-axis. Those are the two values which we need to work with. So let us try to go back to the Dax Query View, and we want to grab the max. So obviously we are going to use the iterator function max x. So let us try to type it out in the Dax Query View. Max x, again it's an iterator function. It expects a table and expression. So since we are using a slicer from outside, which is a decade bin slicer, we'll use all selected appropriately, and we'll type it out all selected. Once we type all selected, and we have to pass the values to all selected, right? So we already know that we have to pass month year. But if you remember calendar year, when we are creating calendar table, we have used month year number to sort this month year. So we have to grab that value too, and comma. Then the next is the expression. Expression we are going to pass total sightings. That way we will try to grab the max value. This will return a max value, and we run it. And once we run it, it will be an error because the expression whatever we gave up top is not a table valid table expression. So Dax Query View will not show you that. So we can fix that by passing the table constructor. That is, we'll put this code in between two curly braces and run it. You can see in the bottom you have the value. Similarly, we can also pass min x and try to look at the min value too. So now that we have those two things logic behind us, min and max, all we have to do is use a switch statement, and if total sightings equal to max value, give me this red color. If total sightings equal to min value, give me the light blue color, and if not, give me light gray. So that is the logic. So it's a very simple measure we have to create. So let us go to the max min highlight. I've already typed out the code to save time. So let us go back to that max min highlight code, and in that code we will create two variables. Obviously there will be a max value variable, and also there will be a min value variable, and in the return statement we'll use switch statement. So that we have those two conditions going for us. Once we use that, it should be easy for us. Like I said, try to calculate the max and save that in the variable max value, and similarly give the min x and store it in min value variable. And once we have that, all we have to do is a very simple switch conditions. We say total settings equal to min value, then give me light blue, and total settings equal to max value, give me red color. So that way we have those things up there, and once you do that and commit, your measure is ready. So but if you're following along, if you have created a clustered column chart, the colors will not change yet. So that is one thing which we should keep in mind, because we have not added those things. But before doing that, we need to sort the axis by descending, by total sightings, and sort descending. That way the high values and the lower values will show up. And like I already said, that we have to use a filter, and we'll because the dataset has many months, dozens of months, because it's almost 100-year dataset. So we need to take only top n, so that the your clustered column chart will not be crowded. So all we have to do is by value top n, top 15, by value apply filter. That way you are going to grab only those top 15, so that your clustered column chart looks good. That step is away now. So let us try to enable the data labels. I have already done that. And the next thing is we click on columns, drop down, go to color, click on FX. We get all those three options. One is your field value, another is gradient, and also rules. In this case, we have already created the field value, so max min, pass that. Once you click OK, then your visual will look like this. Red color, if you have used the same colors, this is what it looks, and click on any of those slicer values, those things will change. I think this is a cool way to kind of show the user the different colors for high, max and min. It will be good visually too. So now that we have understood this, I'll pause the video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.